August 2025. Talidas, a beautiful village in Ghizer district, Gilgit-Baltistan. In just one night, everything changed. A glacial lake burst, sending water, mud, and huge rocks rushing through the valley. Within hours, the entire landscape was gone. More than 3,000 people were displaced. About 160 homes were destroyed. Schools, mosques, shops, farmland, and basic infrastructure were wiped out. Fortunately, no lives were lost. And that was not because of any advanced warning system. It was because of 3 shepherds who saw the danger in time and alerted the village. They saved hundreds of lives. But the real question is not what happened in 2025. The real question is what happened after that. Because almost 1 year has passed. And again, July and August are approaching, the most dangerous months in this region due to floods, melting glaciers, and extreme rainfall. People in Talidas still ask one question. Are we waiting for another disaster? Because after the flood, everything went silent. The media moved on, the attention disappeared, but the suffering remained. Many families still have no permanent homes. Some are living with their relatives, others are in temporary shelters, and many are still near areas that remain highly vulnerable. Across the region, another settlement called Molaabad tells a different but equally serious story. Most of Talidas was destroyed in the flood, but Molaabad survived partially. However, survival doesn't mean safety. Today, Molaabad is facing continuous river erosion, land is being cut away slowly, and remaining houses are standing on unstable ground. Locals says they were promised protection after the 2025 flood, river control work, safety structures, and rehabilitation support. But according to the residents, those promises were never fully delivered. Now many families have already left, while others live in constant fear that the next flood or river shift could erase what is left. What survived in 2025 may not survive the next season. This is why people in both Talidas and Molaabad are still asking, if these areas are dangerous, where is the long-term protection plan? If the threat still exists, where are the safety structures? If people are expected to stay, why are they not being protected? And if they are not safe, why have not they been relocated? These are not just questions about one village. They reflect a much bigger problem across many flood-hit areas of Pakistan. We respond after disasters, relief comes, announcements are made, then everything fades away. But long-term protection rarely happens. Talidas and Molaabad are clear examples of this gap. The 2025 flood did not just destroy homes, it destroyed a sense of safety. Now people are not only afraid of rain, they are afraid of what will happen next time. And the most painful question remains, if the danger was already known, if the damage was clear, if there was time, then what was done in this entire year? Because disaster cannot always be stopped, but their impact can be reduced. And that is what real planning is about. Today, Talidas and Molaabad are not just villages, they are a test. A test of whether we learn or repeat the same mistakes. And the truth is, we could not afford another disaster here. We appeal to the Gilgit-Baltistan government, the federal government, disaster management authorities, FOCUS, and other responsible organizations to take immediate action before the next flood season. Families still living in risk areas must be moved to safer places. River protection work and proper rehabilitation must be completed without delay. Local representatives must also be held accountable to ensure these promises are actually delivered. Because after a disaster response is not enough, the real responsibility is prevention, and time is running out. Thank you.